afternoon, Facebook friends and family. It's another edition of Neighborhood Spotlights with yours truly. I almost said your truly. That didn't make sense. Chad Double D Levine and my special guest host for today, Mr. Bristol himself, Kevin Donlin. How are you, sir?
What's going on, guy? How are you?
I'm doing really well. I'm sorry I missed last week's show.
That's okay.
I think I'm still coming off the high from that gala, man. Woo!
Yeah, it was awesome, right?
What was your take on the first one? That was your first one. What's your whole? Give us your whole feedback from that.
Yeah, it's actually knowing Mark and knowing everybody who was involved. It's actually what I expected.
Okay.
Which was amazing. And I'm a big 80s freestyle guy. Like anytime it comes on, it doesn't matter where I am, you see me tapping or getting up and dancing. And so that was perfect.
I like it, man. Were you known to hit up some of those clubs back in the day?
Oh yeah. 94th Aero Squadron, Fizz.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're all out there. It was awesome.
I remember the 94th Aero Squadron. That place was cool.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool. What are you rocking today? Is that a branded vest?
It is, yes. It's a branded Opus vest made by yours truly.
No one does swag like you do, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's funny. I talked to other people and they said, what are you going to do now that summer's over? Like, are you going to have to get new swag? And I'm like, I already got my fall wardrobe all set and made.
You're the man.
I was always taught at a young age, being a realtor, that in school they tell you to always wear your name tag. That's something I got away from and never really did. But there's so many options, branding, clothing wise, that I always have something on: a hat, vest, shirt, sweatshirt.
You're smart. Why wouldn't you?
Right?
It's like you wear someone else's brand. Why not wear your own? Makes sense to me.
I have people like Mark or other people like go down there, and because I wear my swag all the time, people know, oh, Kevin works for Opus. So when someone like Mark goes down and having a conversation and says to somebody, I work for Opus, I'm like, oh yeah, Kevin works for Opus too. And that's because I'm always wearing my swag.
That's awesome, man. Good for you for being the ultimate brander. Good for you.
It's like branding 101, though. It's not like anything. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But people don't do it. I don't know why. I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you are now our self-proclaimed Bristol expert, which we love because there's always so much going down in Bristol Borough these days. Today's guest is a personal friend of yours. And before we get to the guest, talk to us about the activities going on around that time. And Jay, when you get a chance, can you cue up that flyer for us?
Well, I know we touched on the tree lighting, which is usually Black Friday after Thanksgiving, and that's enormous. But before that, we have a Booze and Brews fundraiser for the Bristol Lions, and myself and Opus, we are sponsoring the photo booth. So we will be at the Elks with the photo booth from noon to 4, and there'll be, not only at the Elks will there be drinks and food, but it's also a walk. So you'll be walking down Mill Street, and all the shops will be open. All the shops will have specials.
That's awesome.
And it's a really good time. I'm really looking forward to it.
That's really, really cool. And then that's this Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday, noon to 4.
Noon to 4 this Saturday. Okay.
Yeah, noon to 4 is the main time at the Elks, but again, it's the walk, and those businesses on Mill Street are open, all night. So, and they'll have the specials all night.
Will you be rocking any costumes for us?
You know what? I've been living comfortably lately, so all my costumes don't fit anymore, and they're spandex. So I've gained weight if I can't get into spandex. But yeah, I'm gonna look for something.
Awesome, yeah, because you're having too much fun over there in Bristol, man.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
We should bring up, Jay, if you get a chance, get on the Kevin's Facebook. You got to bring up the crew that he hangs out with for these Philly games. Is that a garage you're in? Where is that bar?
Oh yeah, so we live in a new townhouse development right down the water on Radcliffe Street, right across from the Radcliffe Cafe, and there's still about 15 units left if you want to get in and be part of it. But there's actually always something going on here too. A lot of us have like an open garage door policy. If you see our garage door, just come on in. And we have neighbors up the front of our development, and he built a bar inside, and he's got a TV, and a beer tap and everything. So we were in there. We were in there last weekend. We were in there a couple of weeks prior to that, and then we're all going to Carmela, her real estate office. She's hosting an Eagles-Steelers game.
Oh, nice.
Which will be fun for most Eagles fans, but a Steelers fan like myself, I'm not looking forward to it.
That's awesome, though. So your community is pretty much a large fraternity, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, we do. I'll tell you, but it is a nice mix because we do have elderly couples. We do have families with kids. But for the most part, I'd say the bulk of our development are people that their kids are older and went away to college and stuff like that and kind of downsized it. But it's really great. Everyone has been amazing. But again, it's just an extension of Bristol. I'm
pretty awesome.
Yeah. I mean, that would be great. I mean, ultimately, I would love to take Mill Street and move it.
That. Look at this bar, guys. Look at this. This is, they will always, I'm so jealous of this. This looks so awesome. Oh, is this when they won?
Yeah, it's when they clinched. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to just move everything from Mill Street and just continue it. You know what I mean? Have a ripple effect all the way down.
That'd be a cool idea. Yeah, you mean extend it all the way down to Radcliffe, you mean?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. Well, I'm glad you're having fun. Don't know who this guy is. This is
what are we making there, Jay?
But I wanted everyone to catch a glimpse of this. So today's show, the focus of today's show is the Bristol Florist shop. You know what? Before we bring on the guest, Jay, can you cue up the picture of the outside? This place is absolutely beautiful. And then maybe when he puts it up, you can give a little intro, and then we can bring on our guest.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
when everyone take a look at it here.
It's still not finished. It's been a order your flowers and pick them up kind of place for a long time, but they're going back old school, and they're going to make it. Yeah, they're going to make it big enough where they can host events in there. Where you can walk in and talk and have a cup of coffee. Pick out your arrangement. With them.
That's cool. It looks like a modern design studio. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it is. It's nice.
That's really, really beautiful. All right. Well, I say you bring in Nick in your own way, Kevin. Kevin is Mr. Bristol. Kevin will be our Bristol expert on this show. So we are going to let Kevin take over the steering wheel here. I'm going to try and shut my mouth for a good 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. All right, guys. I want to bring on Nick. Nick is the owner of Bristol Florist, and Bristol Florist has been in existence for a little over 70 years, a community staple. And it's Nick and his wife, Lila, are going to take it to the next level. Awesome. They are definitely staples in the community, not only their store, but them, their hometown people. So I just want to bring on Nick, and Nick can talk about his store and the things he has in the future.
Welcome to the show, Nick. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks. Nick. Hey, Kev. Thanks again. Thanks for the spotlight.
No problem, buddy.
So, Nick, I do what I call the BS part of the show, which is me trying to fluff the air with as much entertainment as possible. But
okay.
But we want to get to know about the store and about your family. So let's talk about the store itself. Tell us about the history of Bristol Florist, how it came to be, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, about 4 years ago, my wife and I, we were deciding to get into some real estate, and was looking for a property. And Bristol, the borough, always kind of held a special place in our heart. My wife's family, they grew up on Taylor Street. Well, not grew up, they moved there on Taylor Street, and they just loved it there. I bought my first house at Radcliffe Street when I was 28. I was there for, probably for about 2 years, and I ended up moving back and buying my parents' house. But we've always loved it there. Brother-in-law, Lenny LaRosa, he's from there. He's been there forever. Tons of family and friends. I got married at St. Mark's. So we just gravitated there, and we had this opportunity from Fran and Dave Kirk, who owned Bristol Florist, but also owned 401 Dorn Street, the building. And we went ahead and we bought the building off Fran and Dave. They continued to own Bristol Florist for 2 years. And I used to kid around with Dave and say, I'll buy your flower shop, not thinking, maybe this would ever come to fruition. And, lo and behold, it came up. It was very odd. My dad passed away, and Dave called me that day, and I was just like, what's going on? So, after the weekend, passed, we got in touch, and he's like, do you want to buy the flower shop? And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, is my dad saying something already to me? My wife, we have young children. She's a nurse for almost 24 years. We have a 7 and 9-year-old, Gracie and Nicholas. So we thought, this would be a good business opportunity. We owned the building. We, Lyle was very creative. I don't know, it just seemed right. So after we sat down, the numbers seemed to work for us, and we did that. And, we had a business plan, and it seemed to be starting out working that way. And, we bought everything. We had the vans to help, the whole shebang. And, we had our ups and downs. We had great employees. Horace Schmidt, he was with us, unfortunately passed away. He really was a help to us. We still have customers call all the time, and we dearly miss him. He helped Lyle out a ton. We have a lot of part-time designers that own flower shops. We've been in the business for over 40-some years. Lois Lamb. We have our main designer, Amanda Newman. We have a Bristol driver. We got Mike Morosi. He drives for us. He lives right down the street. Lee Helpler, Lou Shank. So these people are instrumental to us. They come in. They're so friendly, and they have so much experience, and they're making our transition to become owners like this very possible.
And you hear what he's saying, Chaz. I mean, every time I'm on here, I say the same thing, and it's Bristol, and everybody helps out everybody. I don't know if I told this story on here before, but I was talking to a business owner a couple of weeks ago, and she was having a luncheon, and she ran out of salad, and she was panicking. She didn't know what to do, so she ran across the street to another establishment, and they not only gave her the salad, but they chopped it up and delivered it to her so she can keep doing what she's doing. And that's just what Bristol does. You know what I mean? I mean, they just pitch in and help their own.
No doubt. I mean, if we were short on flowers for a day, we could call Finks. Finks Flowers. All the businesses. I love the little book that they left us of all the people. Cordisco and Sale, Mignoni's, all the stuff that they buy from us, poinsettias, and I mean, Christmas is absolutely crazy, but these are all Bristol people. And we try to, if there's a special event, we'll reach out to them and vice versa. And it just keeps on going. And, and like I said, we're really striving to kind of, make our own adjustments as we see go. But we really do want to get it to, it's a walk-in place. We're not on Mill Street, but I'll tell you what, they being at that traffic light right next to the beautiful St. Anne's Church there. Awesome. And then my wife does all the windows, so the picture windows. The story has been told that was an old bridal shop. At one point, it turned into a pizza place, and then the pizza place turned into Bristol Florist. And they, from what I understand, I think Ralphie Di Giuseppe, he was the one who did the apartment and did some of the renovations there. So, because it's all connected. And
what's nice, it's nice to hear that this type of culture and environment and community still exists, right? Yeah, so you weren't just buying a business, you were buying a piece of the community. And, it's interesting to hear your courage. It's funny because you guys really didn't have a business background, and I kind of want to tap into that a little bit. So you took a lot of whatever the Italian word is for cojones. I don't know what the word is. A lot of fortitude to really
Meatballs.
they meatballs. There you go. A lot of meatballs. So what is it? So the floral shop itself, I'm just curious, what drew you into that? Because you said earlier you used to joke around that you were going to buy it. Why that? I'm just curious.
Well, I was looking at it as when I owned the building, so I could pay myself the rent.
Oh, you owned the building before you got the flower shop.
Yeah, yes, correct.
Oh, I didn't understand that. I thought you purchased it all together.
So that that was a helping force.
Got it.
But I work for my wife. Her parents owned Griff Paper and Film, so they had a family business. She was always in nursing.
Okay.
My last name's Alvino, so we had family restaurants since the 50s.
Oh.
So
so the entrepreneurial spirit runs deep in the blood. Got it.
Yeah, and then on my mom's side, where I work at Armour and Sons Electric, they've been around for 54 years.
Got it.
We've gotten a lot of help, a lot of experience from my uncles, and so I felt confident enough that I would have enough support that going through this, and between friends, family, and everything else, we got to this point. So now it's again, I have to give all the credit to my wife. She's there full time. Also with trying to navigate picking up the kids, a 9 and a 7-year-old, and what have you.
Wow.
But like I said, I was kind enough today to come on, and the story's still both of ours, but she is the driving force there, and that will of course been our employees, and that's what really makes it happen.
And tell me again, when you said 4 years, that's your length of ownership, or that's been how long the shop been in existence?
So I've the Bristol Florist was 40 years old when I bought it.
Oh, it was a 40-year-old business.
Yeah, but before that, it was Lavini Flowers. The Kirks worked for Lavini's. They were there for 25 or 30 years.
Wow.
So it's been a flower shop for over 70.
Yeah. So then that's how it all came about. And like I said, I can't thank Fran and Dave enough. The old owners, we talk to them all the time. They're great support for us still. And like I said, we're just trying to, we're trying to get everything the best we can, and before we tackle the next obstacle. We don't, we want to be known as the freshest flowers, the service. Yeah. We have an awesome breakfast basket that's been around for over 18, 19 years. The freshest thing. It goes out.
Whoa! What is this?
It's a breakfast basket. It's got a full arrangements of danishes and bagels and different pastries. It's put together daily, and it's really a staple. It's great for all occasions. If you see our truck drive by, it says the home of the famous breakfast basket. So if you need it for any occasion, it's usually a home run. I actually just donated one to Pendel today. We do that a lot. A lot of baskets, a lot of donations that way too to different people. Just try to support our customers, and that's.
I wish we could have known about this breakfast. I'm a food guy, Nick. So
I know I should have had it sent to you.
No, but I also wanted to see it visually. But while we're on that subject, Jason, can you cue up some of the floral arrangements? I just want to take a look at some of the work you guys have done. I think Kevin has hand-selected some of his personal favorites here. But Kevin, we did not know you were a flower guy, so this is news to all of us.
listen, any guy who has a girl better be a flower guy. And I can tell you that I've worked with Amanda a few times with arrangements for my girlfriend, Carmela. And actually Nick knows Carmela well as well.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And Lila went to high school with her, so it's
So you guys are every man's best friend in Bristol. Is what you're saying?
Well, it's funny. I get so many texts from my friends, buddies. Hey, can you take care of this? I'm like, you're calling the wrong guy. You got to call.
Yo, Nick. Do you know when my wife's birthday is?
We gotta, the next time I come on, we got a plan for that. So we'll divulge into that one the next time.
I mean, I would still like to know, because I'm part of that people, or I should say people. I'm part of the male population that waits till the very last minute. So do you guys stock up on last minute purchases on, intentionally for that, or do you try not to get into that?
We go off. You really have to keep a strong book. This is check from the year before what sales were. To kind of look back and see what was a heavy hitter. And then this year we are getting way out in front with digital marketing coming up with the holidays right now. So hopefully you guys will start to see some more ads on Facebook, on your getting texts, different avenues.
Nice.
Just trying to get our name out there a little bit more.
Nice. Jay, you got those pictures up for me, buddy? Hopefully, he said, Jason, are you back there? Hello? There we go. Oh, they're beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, the one on the right, the bottom one on the right is a boxwood. That was a huge success. And they're planning on, the shop's planning on having, a few weeks in advance. These things will last 3-4 weeks at least. Sometime after Thanksgiving, hosting, open parties for for women to come in and make their own boxwoods for the holiday and stuff like that. So that's kind of the route we're trying to take.
Now, wait a second. What is the top picture? Now, that
was a wedding done in Bryn Mawr.
That's awesome.
That was a really nice one. We just, we're starting to, we have another wedding next week. We've been to the cricket club. We've been to, Penryn, already a few times, but I feel like our wedding book is getting bigger. We just did a flower bar for friends of ours for their daughter.
Oh, nice.
That was a big hit. So we just want to continue to expand and just try to be as creative as we can and try to just please the customers and be a staple in Bristol.
I wonder if anyone. Does anyone ever do like a lot, like a what do they call it? The what's the Christmas that goes along the rail? I can't think of the
garland.
Garland,
yes,
yeah.
Garland.
Do they ever do live stuff for that?
That's kind of what that is.
That's kind of what that is. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's that's all Amanda. Amanda, she's got the design, and usually it's her and Lila that go to the weddings. They do all the prep. They do the setup. It's good for the owner to be there. Not to count that she's got a great eye too, and just to make sure that things go right.
Now, Nick, you said that was for Bryn Mawr. So typically, how far do you deliver, like a bouquet or something like that?
Well, we pretty much stay. I mean, our wheelhouse is probably like from Newtown, Bensalem, Yardley, Bristol, Levittown, Croydon. That's usually our wheelhouse. But we still got some customers in Philly. But we got to be honest with them about the lead time.
Sure.
Actually, we had a couple that I know just that came in, and they're from. They're getting married at the Atlantic City Country Club, and we're going to do their wedding. So we'll travel. So
cool. And then Jason, go to the next picture. We can see the fun stuff. Oh, there we go. So that's obviously relevant for the current times.
Yes.
So the Fanatic, or that could be, that's hilarious. Can you zoom in on that Fanatic for me, Jay, by any means? I want to see what this, that's awesome.
That's man at her best. Very creative.
Now, are those available for sale, or can they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're available for sale. We've been selling them. I got a few of them hosted at my gym at LA Fitness. I got one hosted. I got one in my office. We've got a handful of orders already. They're again limited just because depending on what we have in stock that day. But generally speaking, we can handle them. And then the other one's an Eagles one that's on the right, and then some Halloween fun, I guess you would say, on the bottom.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. That's really unique. I like that. All right. Well, you better watch out. This show might cause you to get an exorbitant amount of orders for the the Phillies one. So I don't know, man. In case you want to stock up.
No doubt.
But I mean, I got to tell you, so I grew up in a family with family-owned businesses in the Main Street communities, and you guys are, not, absolutely part of that. I can feel it. It's pretty amazing to see the passion even now, like centuries. You're talking centuries now, like Bristol and its community, and to see that you guys can still maintain it. To me, it was always like the bread guy and the florist and the drugstore. It's just it's all still integrated in the fabric of the community. So it's really cool to see that stuff, man. It really is.
No, it is. It's it's you take a lot of pride in it. So
Yeah.
yeah. So it's something hopefully later on that then I can have something for my children.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
It's an everyday process. Don't get me wrong. Every day I'm like, did we make the right decision? But and then you get those days and you just get to, Lilo come home from work and just give me this amazing story of who someone would call, and you're just like, okay, maybe that's why we did it. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Nick,
So
now,
yeah.
So right before we came on, you and I were talking about what you're doing currently in the shop as far as remodeling, and you want to kind of change it to just a order and pick up to a come in, hang out, create with the designer, So tell us a little bit more about, what you got coming up for the florist.
Well, yeah, we've made some upgrades and some changes in the inside, and that's where we're kind of feeling out. We're trying to definitely make it. We want to have an area for, especially if it's a future bride, if it's a funeral or something, an area that the people that when they come in are comfortable. They can sit down, they can relax, and and have an incredible experience. It could be, their wedding. It's a very important day of their life. There's no, you only get a few of them, and so you want to make sure that you do it right. And the experience being walking in is one of our main things that we want to do.
Right.
Now that we're situating some stuff out, we're trying to figure out nice areas that we can have. I mean, there's painting parties. There's all different types of stuff that people do, and we feel that there's a few different stuff, the arrangements or a flower bar or something that that we can offer and get it out there and see how it runs. And of course, we would have our main designer. She would be the lead. You know what I mean? Of course, there is an art to it. I mean, it's just not throwing a bunch of flowers into a vase, but then you can have different vase options.
I can't even imagine what my if I took one of your classes on how to do floral arrangements.
Yeah, you don't want me to either.
No, mine wouldn't be very good, Nick.
Yeah.
But that's cool. So you guys are gonna try and basically make the space more event based and more.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. My daughter, she thinks that she started to learn how to crochet. She's just turned 10, so she found the little bracelet holder that we keep the I guess the wristlet stuff for proms, for corsages and stuff. And she decided to use that, and she's trying to sell her bracelets there. So I would love for that. I would love for somebody if they lived in Bristol or they were somewhere else and they wanted a little spot, they wanted to sell their stuff out of there. Or, some arts and crafts or Christmas decorations. Or
it's funny, it's funny you say that, because I probably noticed. I'd say maybe 35-40% of the stores that I go in, there's usually like a little spot or like a little tree with jewelry, and it's always like another store has some stuff on consignment. You know what I mean? Like it's not theirs. So it's like, yeah, sure, I'll sell that stuff for you.
Exactly. That's one of the things we want to get there. I just, it's tough because, you have kids and you're in sports and you have a full-time regular job. She's there full-time, just navigating a business. It's, you want to do everything all at once, but, you just gotta be patient. I guess that's what I got to tell myself that, but.
Well, listen, man, we wish you continued success with the shop.
I appreciate
looking
that.
forward to coming and seeing it in person.
Yeah,
Kevin is actually he's going to give a tour to the entire Opus Elite crew down Main Street, Bristol, and throughout the surrounding area next week.
Yeah.
So I would imagine you'd be one of his stops.
Sure.
I can imagine.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. Hey man, listen, this was a great experience, and I appreciate it. And I hope to be on. I hope to be on again.
Nick, how do we get people to reach you and follow you and order from you? What's the best way to do that?
Yeah, I mean, Bristol, we got Bristol Florist, www.bristolflorist.net's our website.
Okay.
We have a great Facebook page that we really try to generate some stuff from. Our phone number is we come up pretty quickly. You type in Bristol Florist, we're gonna be there. And if you call in at 215-788-7861, you ask for Lila or Amanda, but Pat might answer the phone, any one of them, but they'll all make sure they will take care of you.
That's awesome. Well, Kevin, as always, you've done an outstanding job in finding another stellar business in the Bristol community. You are Mr. Bristol, Kevin. You are Mr. Bristol.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, guys.
Everyone, thanks for watching another edition of Neighborhood Spotlights. We will see you again next week. And check out bristolflorist.net. Peace.
See ya. Thanks, Nick.
Take care of yourself.